Ireland versus England. Headliner battle. Adrienne Fish repping England. Bryan O'Gorman repping Ireland. On three, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. It's Ireland roasting England. Make some noise.
Thank you. Thank you. They've been trying to beat us for 800 years. It's not going to happen tonight. Let's do this. That must be nice. That's very nice for Adrienne to be able to do that. It must be nice for an English person to catch a bombing on stage instead of in a car for once. Okay. We're poets. Didn't you know that? Okay. Britain, or the land of unfuckable trolls as it is better known, is a putrid cesspool packed to the brim with sociopathic fuckwits who don't wash their assholes. Exhibit asshole. The English culture is best known for their theater, their pubs, and of course, their rape and murder of indigenous people around the world. They're great. They're great like that. It's not often you get to roast the worst country in history. This is special. This is like roasting Satan. Like, where do you even fucking begin? These people destroy everything they touch. They're not a country so much as they are a disease. Wherever the British go, they leave a wake of dead bodies, ugly children, and terrible comedians behind them. The only thing worse than having your village burned down and your family sold into slavery is watching an English person do stand-up comedy. But England has great music, right? Their music is famous the world over. They got the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and countless other English bands who also stole all their songs from black Americans. It's great stuff. Yeah. Even your hippies are colonizers. What the fuck? Then when you try to create your own music, what happens? Coldplay. Exactly. You people are disgusting. Okay. Everything nice in your country was stolen from a nicer country. And then what do you have? What are the people that you actually... Jimmy Savile was an English TV's answer to Mr. Rogers. Only instead of helping children, he used his fame to molest hundreds of children. Which just goes to show you, even a sick pervert like Jimmy Savile will not fuck an English woman. Socially very conservative people. Not only do they shower with their clothes on, they shit with their clothes on, too. It's also worth noting that Adrienne asked to be paid in slaves tonight for tonight's show. Fortunately for her, after Brexit, it has been easy to find cheap white slaves in England, so great stuff. Yes, it's true Adrienne Fish is descended from psychopaths. Yes, it's true she has the eyes of a murderer and the hands of a strangler. But I'll be damned if I let anyone say she's ugly. Adrienne is the most handsome 10-year-old boy in her entire village of East Fuckingham Shiresworth or whatever the fuck. We're poets. I would rather put my penis in an old sack of boogers and chipped teeth than look at a naked English person. But enough about me fucking Adrienne's mom. On a dare for a hidden camera TV show called The Grossest Thing I've Fucked. English women have proven to have the largest breasts of any European country. Bittersweet victory, though, because the same day English women were also proven to have the hairiest breasts in all of Europe. And in the animal kingdom. They even beat out the musk oxen. English women look like their pussies have barnacles. English women look like they smell like pickles. I'll finish up here so Adrienne can get back to her day job of picking caramel out of her teeth with a screwdriver. You can tell she's anxious too, because this is the longest an English person's ever been around an Irish guy and an Indian guy without stealing a baby. And fuck the fucking Queen. Thank you very much.
Bryan O'Gorman. Adrienne Fish. Make some noise. England roasting Ireland, everybody. Adrienne Fish.
All right, boys. Okay, Ireland, home of the ginger. I rest my case. Thanks so much. Okay, Ireland, known for its potatoes. A dish best served roasted. Okay. Sell it. But how to roast Ireland? How am I going to roast Ireland, you know? They gave us Guinness and whiskey. You know what else they gave us? The band U2. Interesting. Let me tell you, you best be getting me wasted if I have to listen to "It's a Beautiful Day." Do you guys remember when U2 automatically downloaded to your phone, to your iTunes? Yeah, no one wanted it. Right? They forced themselves upon us. That's what the Irish do. I wonder which priest they learned that from. The Irish are builders, though. The Irish are builders, you know? That's what they're known for. In fact, did you guys know that the Titanic was built in Belfast, Ireland? Did you guys know that? The Titanic. And everyone remembers that sturdy operation. Luck of the Irish, they call that. Luck of the Irish. It's a weird saying, you know. It's a weird saying given that you've been subject to famine, war, gingers, and y'all are poor as fuck. Newsflash, no one wants your Lucky Charms. You know, when children are little, this is a fun fact I found out. When children are little, each birthday, it's traditional to pick up the child, turn them over, and bump their head on the birthday cake. The child's head is bumped once for each year they have lived. In every other country, the worst thing you can do is drop a baby on its head. But in Ireland, it's believed that partaking in this tradition brings you good luck and good fortune to the child. Why? Well, because with a little head trauma, you probably won't remember fucking your sister. Right, Bryan? You guys think I'm joking, but you guys don't know Bryan yet, but Bryan, just say hey. That's Bryan. He's actually never smoked weed in his life. That's just Bryan. But let's not be too harsh, you know, on the intelligence of the Irish. After all, they came up with the famous rugby chant, and this is their real chant: diddle-dee-dee, potatoes. That is their actual chant at rugby games. Diddle-dee-dee, potatoes. Diddle-dee-dee. Again, influence of the Catholic Church. This is fun, okay. All right, but let's talk sports, right? Let's talk sports. Let's get into it. You know, Ireland plays a sport called hurling. In hockey, do you guys know what hurling? You guys ever heard of a sport called hurling? Yeah, no, correct. In hockey, you have to be really good at stick handling, you know, to get the puck in the net. In soccer, you need to be really good with your feet to get the ball in the net. In basketball, you're really good with your hands-eye coordination. But those are all called skills. And part of being a good athlete is being able to hone in on those skills. It takes training. But in hurling, a beloved sport of the Irish, you can do whatever the fuck you want to get the ball in the net. Like, you have a stick, but they don't actually have to use it if you don't want to. You run with it, and you can chuck it in the ball, and you can kick the ball in the net. You can do whatever you want. It is hands down, the stupidest sport I've ever heard of. Every other sport ever invented flourished, caught on in most, if not all, places in the world. Hurling has never caught on anywhere except Ireland. Why? Because it's shit. Nobody knows what it is apart from those redneck patties still there or the expat twats abroad still trying to keep the game alive. It's shit, you know. But as the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's Ireland. On May 23rd, Ireland finally legalized same-sex marriage through a referendum. The people's vote. Are the Irish becoming a progressive nation? No. They simply ran out of eligible cousins to fuck. And another congratulations to Ireland, though, on legalizing abortion as well. The whole world is excited with your new abortion policies. After all, it will mean less Irish in the world. And not to mention, there will be less Irish fetuses taking space up in England's garbage. Oh, about dead baby in a garbage joke. In 1845, there was a devastating famine where 1 million people died because there was no potatoes. You ever think of harvesting a different crop? But a famine, a famine, that's hard to imagine. What does a famine look like? Please direct your attention to Exhibit A. All bones. Happy to report, though, Ireland is now one of the fastest growing countries in Europe. Simultaneously on the rise, incest. The patron saint of Ireland is St. Patrick. We all know St. Patrick. St. Patrick, who is said to have rid the country of snakes. Did you guys know that? Yeah. A whole day is set up in honor of him. St. Patrick, the man who got rid of snakes. You know what other countries don't have snakes? New Zealand, Hawaii, Greenland, and Antarctica. You know what their people thought was the reason? Because it's a fucking island. Those humans were like, oh shit, we don't have any snakes because that wouldn't make any sense. In Ireland, some asshole named Paddy walked into a bar and was like, guys, I'm pretty sure I got rid of all the snakes. And everyone's like, Paddy, you're a fucking saint. Boom, national holiday. And finally, let's talk geography. Let's talk geography. It's a sensitive issue, but UK does still own Northern Ireland. We're right on top. And there is Ireland, beneath us. We're topping Ireland. And Britain just below them. Not only are they getting fucked from above, but we've got a classic case of double penetration. I think a spit roast is the urban term, correct? Yeah? But the Irish call it Bryan O'Gorman's mom. Oh! Bow, bow,
England,
bow.
everybody!
Thank you so
Adrienne
much.
Fish, make some noise! Roasting Ireland. You know what? I'm gonna call it audible because I fucking hate England. Ireland won this one. Ireland wins this one. Nobody cares. Give it up, guys. Ireland, England. Adrienne Fish, Bryan O'Gorman.